this program, viewer discretion is advised.
Man Squad! The immortal Ghost Rider! Jill Powers, the River Daughter! Penny! Hey y'all, it's the Lady Arwen Avalon, who now needs two posts to say, hey and y'all. Greetings program to Daryl the Derelict. Roll Tide, Huey Chow, Roll Tide, brother. Gary Banjo Sandwich Worthington. Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass. The Mad Doctor of Valhalla, Day Outlaw. Walter Tomascu. Project Bridge. Psychodorf 9. Pacific Forward More. Claude Saley. Infama. The DJ of DJs, DJ Ronnie G. Good morning, Shellback. What is up, Valhalla? Good morning, everybody. Still trying to get everybody. Do we have anybody else? I don't think we do. I think we got everybody. I hope we got everybody. If we missed you, my bad. That's on me. Sorry, guys. What is up, DJ? Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Olds Gamer 72 Colors. The Lady Arwen Avalon is here. Good morning, Arwen. We got Penny. We got so many wonderful people. Project Cambrian. Claude Salem. What's up, Claude? Good to see you, brother. So many wonderful people. Are you ready to rumble? Because we've got 4 of these we got to get through. We've got 4 of these we got to get through, and then we'll do this again at some point down the road. We will keep track of the winners, keep track of the losers. Losers are erased from history, and that iteration of whatever it is, if it's a series, is gone. So, never happens. It's gone. It's going bye-bye.
It's gone.
So,
I was gonna ask, is Michael Buffer gonna sue us for that intro? Let's get ready to thumble, rumble, bumble, mumble, whatever. Anyway, oh my God, Olds Gamer at it again. Jesus, still,
Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass gifted 5 Loki's Mornings of Mischief memberships. Those memberships have gone to Daniel Brew. X-Wing, what's up, dude? What's up, X-Wing? Lord Thandar, Anubis. What is up? Is that, and the Ginger Ninja. We got one in before that. The Ginger Ninja has just became a sponsor. Thank you. Wow. The Redheaded Ninja is now a sponsor. Bro, thank you so very much, guys. You guys keep the fires burning bright. And Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass, you have lit a fire in Valhalla. The size and likes of which the gods will notice again.
Oh my.
This one is just for you, brother. Thank you so very much. Someone said Alf this morning, so we're going to give you Alf this morning. Skull! Yeah, you weren't the only one. Shellback. Apparently,
I know a
we
certain
ticked some
snowman
people
was
off.
just they were just right out flabbergasted and vexed and flummoxed and
Oh, I
just
got a phone
totally.
call. I got a phone call. So yeah, oh yeah, I got a phone call.
Is it
That
from
was.
the
Oh
guy
yeah,
I'm
oh yeah.
thinking of? Yeah, yeah. And you know it was funny. I was thinking when we did this last week, I started thinking after reading said person's comment on the tubes there. Also, thank you for your comment. Leave comments down below. I don't do it, but I'm asking you to do it. But after reading that comment last week, I'm thinking, boy, it'd be really interesting if we put two more of his favorite franchises up against each other, and we'll see what happens. Before we get started, something seems off. Oh yeah, my camera's off. Huh. Let me go ahead and fix that. There we
What
go.
did you put up in the background?
Well, let's
You know,
see.
one of those is crooked, right?
We've got, yeah, I know. I had to eyeball this. Right there, we've got, well, you know what that is.
Oh
We've
yeah,
got we've got Xeno there.
and you've got Mass Effect there.
And we've got
Nice.
Mass Effect there. Brought to you by my new friends at Displate. So, for all of those of you out there willing to put some art on your posters, I will give you a code for 30% off for your purchase at Displate. Thank you, friends. Totally 100% not sponsored. Just wanted to throw that out there.
With our good friends at
Oh,
Display, you can get 30% off. I'm just kidding.
no, I'm serious. I will give
Oh,
somebody
he's
30% off.
serious. I'm not.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't know how I'm going to monitor that, but yeah. Anyway, it was time
Break
to
out the
spruce up a
level.
bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did kind of eyeball it because I was trying to get it up in a hurry. Because I just wanted to get it done. I'll worry about it later. But anyway, the Skyrim one, it kept falling down. So I just kind of said, we'll just spruce it up. So when is Zero going to get the true? No. I'm sorry, Snorty. We're not going there ever again. All it does is make people angry. I appreciate your humor, but all it does is make people angry. But I love you, Polar Bear. You're very kind.
All right, let me get this set up so you guys can have a say.
All right. So I'm sure we will get voting open again this morning because we got not as big of a list, but we got some slobber knockers getting ready to go here. Oh my. I told Loki backstage I already know where most of my votes are going. I would say, yeah.
Do you now? So you've already decided. You're not even going to talk about it.
Well, oh no, I'll talk about it until we're blue in the face because there's a lot that's going into these particular squaring off sessions. So I am actually, even though I know what I'm going to vote on, I'm more interested in what chat has to say about our matchups this morning.
Mm-hmm. So first on the chopping block, the Rumble of Rumbles, Superman 1978 with Christopher Reeve, or Batman 89 with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Matt
Only
Ban.
one.
Yeah, Matt Ban.
It's Matt Ban.
Matt Ban.
Matt, yeah.
So the
Well, I
sevens
mean,
works. For anybody who missed it last week, for anybody not up to speed, we vote on one. The one that loses gets erased out of existence. You guys get a chance to vote in chat. The voting is up right now. Superman 78 versus Batman 89. You've got Superman or Batman. Take your pick, make your play. Talk about in chat why you are voting the way you are voting if you would like to. Defend a movie and say, you guys can't do this. This is the reason. Whatever you want to do. And we're going to talk about it. So
I see Shellback is already the piss is being brought to a boil already. So I mean, I was thinking about this one in particular when Loki sent me the thumbnail. I started thinking, yeah, this was probably bound to happen. So what exactly is at stake for this one? Because I know that first Superman movie showed the world that you can do Superman or superhero movies the right way, the great way, and they're fantastic. So, with that being said, is it possible if Superman does not happen, Batman doesn't happen? I mean, they were 11 years apart, something like that. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
the dates are right there, 11 years apart. Yes.
if Superman is not successful or it doesn't happen, then maybe Batman doesn't happen. On the other side of the coin, if Batman doesn't happen, maybe we don't get the animated series. Maybe we don't get the resurgence that started in 2005 with Batman Begins and, you know, Christopher Nolan's whole trilogy. So there's a lot at stake between these two fantastic superhero films.
Project Cambrian brings up a good point. Superman was also among the ILM, which is Industrial Light and Magic, for those that don't know, advancements where Batman was a benefactor of them. It's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it is. It's very true. Oh boy. Yeah, we're not throwing the punches. We're
What
just
about the
starting off
actors?
full-
Let's look at the actors. You've got Christopher Reeve, who would go on to be Christopher Reeve, who
You
everybody
might know
loved.
him from films which starred Christopher Reeve. Everybody loved Christopher Reeve.
Nobody didn't like him. He was an absolutely wonderful guy, kind-hearted soul. That's why the tragedy was so heartbreaking, was because this guy was the real deal. Michael Keaton, very, very wacky do. Everybody said he couldn't play Batman. There was no chance he'd ever be a good Batman because he's so small. SMall. He's such a little guy, but he did it, and he did it really well. I'd say he's the best of the bunch when it comes to in movie wise anyway. When it comes to portraying Batman.
He had such a fantastic range, and I know there was a lot of outrage when he was cast as Batman, you know, but as soon as they saw that billing with Jack Nicholson, I'm sure we'll get to him eventually. You know, Michael Keaton had such a fantastic range. He still does, but he was so superb. And I thought it was interesting how he was a smaller frame kind of guy. He didn't look like, you know, the Christian Bale who got jacked up for the role, you know, who could literally just beat you to a pulp. Michael Keaton played the Bruce Wayne version where he looked like he knew he had to dress up to intimidate people. But on top of that, although they didn't showcase it that much, he's, you know, a world-class kind of athlete in that regard. But I thought the dichotomy between the two of them, the way Michael Keaton played the role, I thought it was fantastic, because the way Michael Keaton portrayed it, he was Batman first. Bruce Wayne was his disguise. And that's what I always appreciated about the duality between that particular actor who played Batman.
Boosh, good morning. Good morning, my friend. I hope you are having a good one. Arwen says Keaton proved that acting can actually trump looks if you have the chops. Dean says, I thought he was kind of pretentious and was an environmental nut before his polo fall. He was, because he loved nature. Why he was an environmental nut. He was an environmental nut for the politics of it, but he was an environmental nut because he genuinely loved nature and loved being outdoors and loved going horseback riding and all that fun shit. He was a good actor, but lots of politics that he liked to toss in your face. That is true.
Yeah.
But the nature shit wasn't political. He just loved nature. He loved being outdoors. Yeah. You want to get nuts? Come on.
I love that, because I talk about range, but obviously that was a total Beetlejuice moment there. It's like, you want to get nuts? Come on. That's beat. But anyway,
let's look at their co-stars real quick. You've got Gene Hackman, who will go on to continue to be Gene Hackman. He doesn't have to be Lex Luthor to be Gene Hackman and to be in all the movies he was in, but neither does the other guy, because the other guy is Jack Nicholson, and he will continue to be Jack Nicholson, and go on to be Jack Nicholson, and there's nothing that can stop him from being Jack Nicholson. Neither one of the opposites of the leads in this movie have to worry about like, oh, well, they didn't do this movie, so that's it. They don't really move forward. They don't really go anywhere. They were both very, very, very well established actors before they became villains in these roles. They would continue to go on to be even more established and get more roles after this. So not one of them is defined by either one of these movies yet. They both left their mark, because I mean, you've got Gene Hackman, that's, Lex Luthor, greatest criminal mind of I have. And you've got Jack Nicholson, wait till they get a load of me. And it's just like whoop, whoop.
This town needs an enemy. You know what I thought was funny though, because
I'm gonna need a minute alone, boys.
she's about to trade up. The interesting thing is Gene Hackman would go on to become Gene Hackman. But the one thing that's interesting about Nicholson in the Batman movie, he was, for better or for worse, already pretty damn well established by the time this came out. And if you notice, Jack Nicholson, when this movie was released, got top billing on this movie. So, I mean, he was already up there, you know what I mean? And obviously he would go on for, decades afterwards to have a fantastic career. But, that's how they started getting a little more serious looking eyes on the Batman project. Cause as soon as Nicholson got tied to that poster, people started thinking, okay, suddenly this just became interesting.
Soul Assassin.
My God.
The interview you're talking about is the one where he's talking about making the role his because he did not want to be compared to Joker on TV. He didn't have any problem with him. He wasn't like, oh my God, I'd be embarrassed if someone compared me to the two. He said, I don't want anything to do with that Joker. I want to make him, kids don't want nice and funny in this. They want dark and terror, and that's what they want. That's what they really want. So that's what I'm going to give them. And that's brilliant.
Yeah. They wanted, and when I say they, I meant, the writers, directors, like Tim Burton, all the people responsible for Batman 89, they wanted the Killing Joke on film, or The Dark Knight Rises, not the one we eventually got, or The Dark Knight Returns, whatever the graphic novel was. But yeah. But anyway,
good morning, Squeaka.
Batman. Anything else you want to add about the Man in Blue?
No, I think we, Richard, well, one last thing. Richard Donner directs, he would go on to do Lethal Weapon and all kinds of shit. And Tim Burton, man. Tim Burton, would this kill Tim Burton's forward momentum? Would this kill Tim Burton's career? Would it stop what he was doing, or would he still go on and make all of the movies that he would?
You know what? That's a good question, because I mean, Tim Burton, when he directed this, was what, 25 years old, like the youngest director they'd ever seen, getting full directorial credit on what would at the time be the biggest movie of all time. So I think the interesting thing to look at there is, obviously with Batman 89 becoming so successful, they said, all right, you want to do another one, have at it. I think I can say with almost certainty, if Batman 89 is not successful, I don't think Tim Burton has the career he does. He could have a life full of doing, all these creative artsy projects that he wants, but would we get Edward Scissorhands? Would we get Nightmare Before Christmas? Would we get anything like that? I don't know if we would. I honestly don't know if we would. Not in the sense where they're as well known as they are today. I think maybe if it was, a smaller kind of project like that, maybe, but I don't think Tim Burton has the career he has. If Batman he's not a success. Yeah, I know.
Arwen,
I told you last week.
Exactly right. Arwen is exactly
I told
right.
You
both
last
films
week.
are iconic, and both y'all suck making us do this.
Well,
Okay,
disappointing women
I'm
one at a
ending the
time.
poll.
That's
I'm
what I'm
ending
used
the poll. If you guys want to vote on at any of this, vote now. We got 23 votes at the moment, so get your votes in because it looks like Superman is going to take the lead on this, and that's gonna be it.
You've seen no Batman. The squeaky. I don't even know who you are anymore. My God. Anyway, yeah, it's Squeaky.
Right,
I told you to
here we
put
go.
Batman on your list.
All right,
Don't listen.
Zero.
All
Time
right,
to vote.
here we go. All right, well, I've talked enough about it. You probably already know where my vote is going. I do have to say Batman 89. As great as Superman is, it is phenomenal. And without Superman, I don't think Batman 89 happens. It's the big domino effect we've been waiting for. But because it is such, and not even nostalgically speaking, it's such an iconic character for me. There's a lot about that character I can relate to. Not that I dress up in Wait, I do dress up in black, but I don't go out at night beating people up. But it is such a character that has been etched into my lifestyle. It's one that I've idolized and looked up to and just appreciated for so many years, up to and including this day. I have to go Batman 89. Good. It's on your list. Save it.
The chat has voted for Superman. It is 69% to 30%.
69, dude.
For Superman. So the chat voted to keep Superman, to get rid of Batman. And so now we're 1-1. We're tied. What is Loki going to do?
Yeah. The tiebreaker comes down to one. Oh my. In a world where the pressure of the existence of franchises rests on one man's shoulders, one man who is known for mischief, will he play by the rules or only play by the rules so he can break them later?
So what became of Kim Basinger? Oh, she continued to be a coke addict and showed up on the Oscars all coked out.
She went on to become Kim Basinger.
She went on to become Kim Basinger, yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Adega.
This is really hard. This is really tough for me because if you'd asked me when I was like a kid, I probably would have said Batman. If you'd asked me when I was a little kid, you would have heard me say Superman. If you'd asked me and as an adult, I'm like, this is almost an impossible question to ask because I want to see everybody make both of these movies. I am really, really stuck between I've got a way so Richard Donner's got to go and continue and do Lethal Weapon and all of that. Will he have that opportunity? I think he will. I think he will have that opportunity. What happens to Christopher Reeve? The world loses a Superman. That's what happens. The world loses a Superman. What about Batman? If we don't have Batman, we don't get Batman the Animated Series, which means we lose the very best Batman you can possibly have.
Yep. I can't believe we didn't bring that up sooner. That's a very excellent point. And say what you will about Mark Hamill, as crazy as he is, he played a fantastic Joker in the animated series.
So that's a lot of stuff we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose Batman, the animated series. We're gonna probably lose Superman, the animated series. We're gonna lose Justice League Unlimited. No Lego Batman, most likely. No Batman Returns. No, on the other end, you don't have no Superman 2.
Yep.
Hello, Superman. And, takes him into a damn train. This is tough. This is the toughest.
You feel the weight on your shoulders already.
Yes. Because I can't lose these guys.
I tell you what, flipping ahead a little bit for the next one, I'll vote last. If I have to do a tiebreaker, I'll vote last.
So
not that
and
makes
I know
this
I'm just
easy.
Burning up time. We've spent almost 30 minutes on the first movie. How the hell are we going to get through this?
Well, I mean that goes
We've got
to show
3
you
other
how
movies we got to go to.
It goes to show you how incredible the franchises are.
This is Shellback's like, this is why I'm not voting. I'm mad at y'all. Snowdub was pissed. Snowdub straight up called me and was like, "You're wrong, Loki. You're wrong. You can't get rid of the thing. It's the greatest movie ever. You're wrong. You both are wrong." If Superman had been eliminated, the Batman 89 wouldn't have happened. Batman had already had a movie, though. So they had the Batman Adam West movie. You say what you will about that series and the movies, but Batman had a movie. Batman was established. I think Batman could still happen even without Superman. But
what I think is interesting too, that I don't think anyone's brought up yet, is Stan Lee was a big fan of that first Superman movie, and he was also good friends with Bob Kane, and Stan Lee was a big fan of the Batman movie. So if he doesn't get these two, either or, do you think Spider-Man saw the resurgence it did in the early 2000s with the Spider-Man movies? I don't know.
I think Six is going to pull the tiebreaker and say Superman is the GOAT. This is so tough.
He feels the way.
Performance wise, as far as Keaton and Jack Nicholson go, that is some of the very best superhero villain acting you could ever ask for. On the other hand, Christopher Reeves is Superman. I mean, he embodies Superman. He trained, he ate his vitamins, he said his prayers, he talked to Mom and Pa Kent, and I can't. Okay. This is what decides it. I can watch, and this is just what I have to do. I'm sorry, this is what I have to do, ladies and gentlemen. I have to look at it this way because I've got to do this, and we've got to move on. It comes down to this: when I see Pa Kent die, and they do the funeral, and he's standing there talking, and he's like, "I have all these powers and all these things, and I couldn't save them." I still cry to this day. It just breaks my heart. Yes, grown man, I have a tear coming down my face because, I mean, it's one of those moments that you're just like, holy shit. I could watch Bruce Wayne's family get popped all day long, and I don't give a shit. So, I'm just like, eh. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, kid? Something I say to all my prey. I just like the sound of it. So, Superman gets the nod because I can't. That's the only way I can think about it. Superman pulls that emotion out of me. I do believe a man can fly. You watch Superman, and you do. And Shellback's like, I'm not crying, you're crying. Yeah, all those powers, and I couldn't save him. I've got to go and figure out who I am and what I am. And he never wants that to happen again. And which totally explains the end of the movie. The beginning of the movie perfectly sets up the end of the movie. He can't handle loss. He lost his parents. First thing, very beginning of the movie. He lost his dad when he left Smallville, and he lost Lois and said, not this time, and did what he had to do. I get what you were doing there. I totally get it.
Yep. So Superman takes the cake. Batman is gone. That means so am I. Adios, muchachos.
No bat, no coof. Yeah. No bat, no coof. Where's he going?
No. I was gonna leave, but I got to stay professional and finish this off. I understood. I knew full well going in. This round was gonna hurt. So,
that's kind of the point. We are making it uncomfortable. We are.
That's how we do it. All right. So we still got a lot of ground to cover. So
all right.
Let's roll.
This should be interesting.
My. Does one happen without the other? Oh boy. Well, I mean, I've talked about Silence of the Lambs in extensive detail before, so I'm not going to ramble on too much about this. Fantastic. I mean,
No, Ghost
I mean,
Rider. That does not mean no Dark Knight trilogy. It's totally separate. It's a separate set of movies. That just means no Batman, no
but
Batman Returns, no Batman Forever, no Batman and Robin. So
anyway,
anything that went
so
off the back of, and technically we've still got the series because it doesn't affect anything, TV, books, anything like that. Even though it would, we'll still get, yeah. So
I don't know. It's tough to say. It's tough. I don't know if we do get the Christopher Nolan trilogy, if that one. But anyway, it's done. Superman 1, Batman's done. So I mean, Silence of the Lambs, that was released Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Valentine's Day. Oscar season is what, March? And that movie went on to sweep the Oscars in all major categories like best screenplay, best actor, best actress, best director. Jonathan Demme winning best director for something wow. I mean, it's incredible. And, and I've said this before, the amount of time that Lecter and Starling are on screen either together or separately is very, very minimal. Anthony Hopkins has a screen time in this movie of about 17 minutes, and you've already seen the lasting impression
pulls up
in pop culture that left. So yeah, Silence of the Lambs. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Yeah. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Punk.
Good morning, Sheriff. I tell you, from the opening moments of that movie,
put the lotion in the basket.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket. Yep, there's our F-bomb. From the opening moments of that movie, you just feel on edge. I mean, Texas Chainsaw, even with minimal music, I don't remember. Is there any music in Texas Chainsaw at all? Probably a little bit. But man, I mean, from the moment that freak gets in the van, you're not well. You're on edge. It makes your skin crawl, and then that just carries on through the whole thing. And
hungry for chili suddenly.
And I mean, that moment when Leatherface just comes through the doorway when the guy's walking towards the door and just bops him right on the head. No musical cue, no jump scare, no added essence to the jump scare. He's just there. I mean, it was such a movie, so simplistic in itself. It pulled off everything perfectly. And
Lambs has a cute little doggo. Chainsaw has a disgusting leather face. No contest.
It's just crazy. And Grandpa, my God, can anyone get Grandpa out of their head after seeing him? Holy shit!
But also remember, Rick Baker did all the stuff for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Rick Baker would go on to be a icon for special effects. Don't forget that either. Don't forget the fact that Rick Baker had his hand in Texas Chainsaw Massacre and will go on to do a lot more work for a lot of different movies. Mm-hmm. Shellback said, "Okay, fine, I voted. Texas Chainsaw Massacre can get bent."
Wow.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Rick Baker was huge in makeup effects, puppetry, all kinds of shit. So keep that in mind. That's a big thing that came out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm. Yeah. And there's no blood and gore in Chainsaw. It's all inferred violence. Well, I mean, there is, I mean, there wasn't a lot, but I mean, what was on screen was done in such a way where it wasn't in your face. Like, this is not watching Saw or anything like that. It's very subtle. You know exactly what's going on, but it's framed and shot in such a way where you don't need to see it, because like I said, from the moment the movie starts, you're already on edge. So, I mean, that just adds to the tension the way it needs to be done.
Oh, Lambs is one of the best. I mean, If you were to ask Eris, hands down, Lambs wins every single time over every movie. Doesn't matter. She's got not one of the first authentic movie posters for it that's numbered, all kinds of crazy shit for Lambs. So, Soul Assassin says Loki, but you got to give it to Master. People actually thought it really happened for a minute. Yeah, and that's the thing. Cultural impact. Cultural impact. What cultural impact did these movies have? Both of them had a huge cultural impact and a huge impact in theater. So,
Yeah,
I have never seen Texas movie because I thought they were gory like Saw. I've never seen 1 second of them. I've seen the first couple.
In all honesty,
kid in Texas saw the first couple of movies back in the day.
In all honesty, Texas Chainsaw is not that gory at all. If you compare it directly to Saw, Saw is an absolute gore fest by comparison to a lot of things. Texas Chainsaw is very subtle in what it does. There are some moments that are kind of just like, if you're squeamish, you might want to look away, but it is nothing like Saw in terms of how much gore is actually in the movie at all.
She was truly scared making that scene in prison. Oh yeah. And she's walking down the hallway.
Yep. So
but
Loki,
how many people
give us
can quote any line? That's true. That's true. Yeah, absolutely, positively true. Good morning, Arlena. Okay.
Well, there's
I'll
not
give
a
you
lot
mine. I'll go first this time.
I was going to say, give us an update on the current voting.
Current voting has Silence of the Lambs at 89% over 11%. Wow. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Wow, that is actually
with
more of a
27 votes.
What I was expecting. Holy crap!
If anybody hasn't voted, please vote.
Whew.
I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I did not see it until after watching Summer School. I am in the same boat, dude. I am in the same boat. Special effects and Q2 creator Rick Baker. Yeah, no, I was in the same boat. I was like, okay, well, these two guys seem to like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they're totally dumb and stupid like I am, so I might as well check out Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Why not? Why not? Woo.
Lambs for culture, chainsaw for genre.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. One of them's got to go. Kronos voted. Why is a Kronos voted?
Because he voted for the movie, which you have to do. I mean,
I know.
We've talked about.
So
it's clear. I mean, to me anyway, it's clear. As much as I love Chainsaw, Silence of the Lambs is absolutely 100% iconic. It has to happen. Anthony Hopkins is Hannibal Lecter. Clarice Starling was played perfectly. It's got to happen. It's absolutely got to happen. For if no other reason than did you breastfeed do your nipples hurt? Senator,
toughened your nipples,
didn't your nipples.
Oh, Senator, just one more thing. Love your suit.
Love the suit.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
You fly back to school now, little starling.
So we've got 2 for Lambs. That's we're gonna go ahead and end it. We're gonna end the poll. Well, thank you everybody who voted. We had 29 votes, 86 to 13 was the last. 86% to 13%.
Well,
Zero.
This ended up being it ended up being a total blowout. So I mean, I don't feel guilty about this one way or the other. I don't know if this is gonna make this. Have we had a sweep in the votes before, or is there always
no? I don't think so. I think it's always.
I'm going Silence of the Lambs all the way. Okay. It is absolutely phenomenal. So Silence of the Lambs, like the Oscars, just swept Texas Chainsaw Massacre out of existence.
Oh yeah. Monkey Jeeb is like, Hannibal has an affair with Clarice. Well, they go off and become cannibals together.
Yeah.
They go off and eat people together. It's the thing that sucked about whatever that one after that is that she doesn't go with him.
Yeah. But well, I mean, because the interesting thing too is you can look at either one of these franchises and you don't need the sequels at all. They are fantastic standalone films in their own. So even if we never got, in order of release, even if we never got Hannibal and then Red Dragon, we still would have been fine. And we didn't need the Texas Chainsaw sequels either. They're perfect on their own as is, but one of them's got to go. And Loki and I and chat have spoken, and Silence of the Lambs lives on.
And as much as I didn't really feel like doing horror versus horror twice, this is more important.
Okay, I will.
If we don't get the last one, it'll keep for a while. But I want to get to this one. I really do, because I mean,
if this
who doesn't.
Since the last one was a clean sweep, if this one ends up being closer, I'll break the tie on this one to take the pressure off of you. I'm gonna make.
And good morning to our Rumble friends, Jester and Arlena are both over on Rumble. Good morning, you two. Okay, start poll.
Yeah.
Freddy
Ghost
versus
Rider's
Jason.
right.
I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Even if we did get a Freddy versus Jason, this one is the be-all, end-all, because one of them has got to go. And if it's Friday the 13th, Jason does not come back. Oof, this is dangerous territory. I know Snowdub has boycotted everything, but I know he's just polishing his Freddy fingers right now, going, "Don't you dare vote the wrong way. Oh, please, God, don't vote the wrong way." Six says she could flip a coin. Squeaka agrees with her. So obviously they don't have a whole lot vested in this, which I can understand. They're not for everybody. But yeah, I mean, we'll
make the poll easy.
What can you say about
Freddy
these that
Jason?
hasn't already?
That's simple. Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah. I mean, the easiest way I could put this is when you think of horror slasher movies, but who comes to your mind first? Is it one of these two?
Ghost Rider says, "I refuse to vote on that."
You have to, because your votes need to make the difference.
Also, remember this:
y'all came to play.
We're talking about the first movie in the series, so we're talking about Friday the 13th, the original movie. We talk about a sequel later, which I don't think we ever will revisit a sequel to either one of these later, but it's possible.
Yep. Correction.
If this is gone, they're all gone. So
Jason is in the first one when he comes out of the boat. It was a dream sequence, but he's there. And he was referenced, at least.
So we don't know that it was a dream sequence because we never got to see, we never got to see the sequel. So we don't know if when she woke up there, that it really happened, or we don't know what. We don't know what happened. They might have just been like, it never happened because they know the little boys out there in the lake. They could have covered it up. We don't know. So there's all kinds of conspiracy theories and shit that could have happened that we don't know about because we got sequels and we got answers. So Nightmare on Elm Street, we need about a week to think about this. We know what Robert Englund is a national treasure. Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Depp's death scene alone.
Oh, man, that was a lot of juice.
Maybe Johnny Depp doesn't go forward. These are all things we've got to consider in all these movies. Johnny Depp was hot, 21 Jump Street. Let's say they're like, no, we're not gonna have him in a movie, and he just stays on TV. And we never get, the real movie star Johnny Depp instead of just the TV star Johnny Depp. And that Tim Burton doesn't get an actor in a lot of his movies.
Tim Burton doesn't get the actor in all his movies. Yeah, we possibly don't get Edward Scissorhands. We possibly don't get Pirates of the Caribbean. Say what you will about, the sequels and shit like that. But yeah, maybe Depp doesn't go on to be Depp. Maybe him and Amber Turd never happen either. Ooh, there's a positive we never saw coming.
Jason X showed how to kill a franchise. I agree. Freddy was
Yeah.
campy, but never blades in space and glued on nipples. Freddy is eternal. As much as I was disappointed with Jason X, that scene with the girls, that's so they play. That was one of the first times they really played on the trope, and were like, "Here you go, boy, go get them." Was those two camper girls in the holodeck that aren't real? That
The holodeck.
well, it
I know
was
what
like
you
a
mean.
holodeck. So
Yeah.
that are like, "Do
Yeah.
you want to smoke some pot and have premarital sex?" And Jason's just like,
Yes. Yes, I do.
"Oh, I mean the head turning. You know, he's got the cane,
Mhm.
the cane head from WWE. That
Yeah.
same look. Like,
Well,
did this some bitch just do what I think he did?"
that
That's
that
the only
used
good part of
to
the whole entire
actually
movie is that one part.
that actually used to piss me off quite a bit as a kid because a lot of friends I had in high school would say, "Dude, did you see Jason X? Kane's in it." I'm like, "Kane who?" He's like, "The wrestler Kane." I said, "Kane has never been in any Friday the 13th movies." He said, "Yeah, it was Kane Hodder." I said, "No,
No,
WWE Kane is
different God.
Glenn Jacobs. It's a totally different guy. Get your story straight." Oh my god.
Oh my God, that's
I
a
did want
chick
to
on the Elm Street poster. I thought it was a dude all this time. Yes, it's a chick. It's a girl.
Yeah. Yeah. I did want to point something out and I've just lost it in chat because you guys are all flying by again.
Now I'll just say I do
Hold
have
on.
the Nightmare on Elm Street poster up. I do have the original movie poster. I do not have one for Friday the 13th, even though I love Jason. I absolutely do. I love Jason. I think Jason is
Yeah.
the top dog, the meanest of the mean, the don't mess with this guy.
Yeah.
Where
There
Freddy's
it is.
more playful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I
There's
did want to point this out. Which ending got us by surprise? Real quick, this is easy. Neither ending really got me by surprise because I saw them late enough and late where I'd kind of been used to getting, the final bad guys last hurrah in the movies. So with both of those movies during the ending, I was kind of already waiting for something to happen. So
I
that's
was
that
confused.
one's
I was confused. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I saw the Nightmare on Elm Street. I saw Nightmare on Elm Street 1 first.
Mhm.
The Jason movies I saw out of order, and I didn't
Yeah.
know that Jason's mom was the killer in one. It wasn't like, "Do you know scary movies, Sydney?" None of
Do
that
you
shit
like
had
scary
happened yet.
movies?
None of that shit had happened yet. So it's not like you had like all these squat boxes talking about how Jason's mom's the killer in the first movie. So I didn't know. I just, I'd seen him out of order. And the only reason why I'd seen him in the first place, because I was allowed to watch Nightmare on Elm Street. I was not allowed to watch Friday the 13th. And Friday the 13th, I had to watch at a buddy's house. So I saw them all out of order and, you know, but the one with the mom, oh, this is the first one. Cool. I had no idea it was his mother.
Yeah.
Nobody told me. So I just didn't know. When I actually got to sit down and watch them all in order, it was actually a good experience. Okay, we are going to close voting here in just a minute. Jason is up by 2% right now with 25 votes. Jason is 2% in the lead.
Come on. If you guys and gals got votes, get them in. I don't care how hard this is. This is why we're doing it. Get them in there because this is where every vote is going to count.
They did, and the girl that's going to do it, I don't think she looks anything like the mom from the first one. Get your votes in, guys. If you want Freddie to make it, get your votes in and vote Freddie. If you want Jason, he's in the lead by 2% right now, but only by 2%. So get your votes in. Whose turn is it to vote first? Oh, it's yours. It's yours again. It's your turn to vote first.
I did volunteer to break the tie if it's a little too much pressure. This is actually one of the ones I was debating back and forth in my head before the show even started. Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough. Do you want me to go first?
Oh yeah, you're going first because I went first
All
last
right.
time.
All right, but I like finishing last. Okay, so
Freddie's gonna lead
wow.
now by 2%. Freddie has
Oh
taken the
my.
lead by 2%.
Freddie
So
has taken the lead. Unbelievable.
we're gonna close
Well,
voting here in just a minute. So if you want to get your vote
okay.
in, get your vote in.
Yeah. I will. I'll throw my vote in here as soon as voting is closed. We'll give you 20 seconds before voting closes. So get them in. Get them in while you can.
Not
Not
always a
always a
nice
nice
guy there, Zeropium.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm bucking Canadian tradition. I'm saying you don't like it, suck it. I don't give a fuck no more.
Freddie's gonna lead by
Yeah.
3%.
Woo!
All right, we're
Freddie's getting
closing
fingered.
down. That's
All right, that's
30
it.
votes. If you got 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. All right. Okay.
All right. So
Freddie's at
Freddie.
53%. Jason's at 46%.
Wow.
So Freddie for the chat.
Okay. Here we go. It's really tough because the first films are perfectly good standalone films as is. Say what you will about the sequels. Do they get campy? Sure. Do they get cheesy? Oh, hell yeah. So I mean there's a lot of even footing on both of these. I mean, and even all those years later, we legit got a Freddy versus Jason movie, which is what a lot of people were waiting for years and years. So it's like these two were just destined to fight forever. But
Thank you,
when
Six.
it's all
Thank you, Six. She said I almost went to see Captain Falcon instead of coming here. I totally made the right choice. This is way more important.
I didn't even know that would be a difficult choice. Six, I'm sorry you think so lowly of us this morning.
Oh my God, hush. Hush you.
It seems to me that when I look back on these films and when I look on them with adult eyes, it seems to me Freddy has a deeper lasting impression on me. So my vote will go to A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Wow, I don't even need to vote. It's 2-0. So I don't even need to vote. No, I'm not going to take the pussy way out. I will vote.
Vote because it matters.
Okay, as much as I love the shaky camera and the running scenes and all of the stuff out in the woods, I mean, they pretty much invented out in the woods horror and drama with Friday the 13th. I've got to go with Nightmare on Elm Street. And I love Jason. You got to understand something. I'm the one with Jason shit. She's the one with Nightmare on Elm Street shit. But when you take everything, when you take all of it, yeah, the later Jason movies won't happen. You won't get Kane Hodder, but as Jason, and those movies are iconic. Okay, all that's out, all that's gone. The entire Friday the 13th lineage is dead. You do keep Nightmare on Elm Street, and that is, I'm sorry, but that is very important. Robert Englund, the special effects, the room in the first movie that tilted so it could look like she was, being, carried up the walls and on the ceiling, all kinds of stuff that they did. Yes, they didn't have all that in Friday the 13th, and they did an absolutely outstanding job. But it still feels like an experienced team got together on a weekend and made a movie. Nightmare on Elm Street feels like a real movie, front to center. Yes, they got better. They got much better filming the Jason movies as time went on. Friday the 13th, but that first movie is it's like a guerrilla production. If you understand what I'm saying, it's like a group of film gorillas went out and made a movie over the weekend, which they kind of did.
Yeah, for sure. Real quick, I'll tell you what, Six. We'll do some Kevin Bacon movies, maybe in the next round or two as they come up, because I do got a few in mind. So we're not leaving Kevin Bacon out totally. We'll get there when we get there. So another sweep of the votes. A Nightmare on Elm Street just totally swept Friday the 13th.
which is weird
Unbelievable.
because we didn't,
That was, yeah, that was
Mahogany,
actually,
what's up, brother? Mahogany throws in a $5 super chat and says, "We are ready to rock, brothers. Skull and tuck and roll." We've got Kalichi Oki, who says, "I think these two movies are instinctively connected." That's from the last movie. And or Superman and Batman. Superman caused Batman to happen in domino effect. Thank you, Kalichi Oki. Sorry I missed those a minute ago. So I know I saw them, but then we were going back and forth and got carried away. And we very much appreciate your $1.99 super chats and Mahogany draws. We absolutely appreciate yours. We're sending everybody over to Mahogany when this show is over. But right now we're gonna throw out a skull before we move on to our last movie, and hopefully we can get that without just too much run over.
Just a heads up, we're going overtime this
Just
morning,
a little
but we'll try to keep it brief here.
We're gonna burn it down for Mahogany Draws and Kalichi Oki. Here you guys go. Thank you so very much. Let the dragon out and let it burn the village down this morning. Go! And that's not the right movie. Here we go. Oh, good Lord. A bonus for you.
Yeah, bonus round.
We could have saved this, but we're going to hit this one quick, fast. And let me get the poll up. That way you guys can vote.
You guys vote quick. As the longer you take, the longer Mahogany sits there stewing. Shut up, you white boys. I'm ready to get going. No offense, Maki. We love you. All right. So I don't know. While Loki punches this in, yeah, let's all try to win Ben Stein's money after falling asleep in his class. Haha, those of you that got that.
Fry.
So thanks, Loki. I forgot what I was gonna say now. Shit. Totally spacing on what I was gonna say. So, yep. All right. Well, this one, I don't know about chat, but this one is actually a really easy pick for me. I knew what my pick was going to be as soon as I saw the poster. So we'll let chat open that up. Try to get your votes in quick. Say what you got to say.
It's up. So vote.
I mean, one has booty juice, one has Cameron.
Booty juice. Yeah. Open a can of booty ass.
Oh my God.
The beginning of that movie, the beginning of Tropic Thunder, is one of the best beginnings to a movie.
And you know what? They had the balls to do some blackface. They said, "Yep, this is it. We don't give a shit."
Who votes against the Sausage King of Chicago?
Oh man, who grew up wishing they could have had a day like Ferris Bueller had? Holy crap! All that in a single.
Oh,
day.
You didn't. You didn't. You never had a Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Nope.
Really? You never did that.
Nope.
Wow.
Did I cut school? Yeah, of course. Sorry, Mom. Don't listen. Shit, who hasn't cut school once in their lives? Yeah, but I never had a day like Ferris had. Was never able to pose as a false personality to get myself into a fancy restaurant. Sure as hell never had access to a car like that. Never had a 31 flavors here in town. It was always Baskin Robbins. No, was never, and sure as hell never lip synced, pretended to sing a song during a friggin' parade in downtown my neck of the woods here. Nope.
Well, obviously the gag being he's everywhere. He's everywhere. He's on TV, and they still can't catch his ass. He goes out and does all this crazy shit, and they can't catch his ass.
Yeah. Oh, Ed, you look like Clint Eastwood just there. We won't mention
righteous dude. Mrs.
They all think
Poole.
he's
Mrs. Poole.
they all think he's a righteous dude. I love how she just keeps pulling the pencils out of her
You know
hair.
what?
Like how the fuck did all these get in
It doesn't
there?
matter what movie she's in, she will always be Mrs. Poole to me.
Yeah.
So she will. It does not matter. She will always be Mrs. Poole to me. Of course, we're talking about the secretary at the school, principal secretary. Absolutely.
Say what you will. Suck it, Rooney. Oh, believe me. Say what you will about what's his name, Jeffrey Johns. We're not going there. Jeffrey Johns would obviously go on to become Jeffrey Johns. Yeah, I know, Jill. Yeah, we're not talking about it. YouTube's probably just got their finger on the trigger right now, waiting to get us some shit for talking about that. Anyway, so get your votes in. Like I said earlier, this is an easy call for me. There's absolutely no contest when it comes to the two. So we'll see how the votes turn out with what chat threw in there, and then we'll be able to wrap it up.
How many times have you watched Ferris Bueller movie? A lot. Probably as much as Tropic Thunder. So at least over a couple of dozen times in my life have I watched both movies. Yeah.
And you know what's funny though? Cause like I've seen both, numerous times. There's no question there. But I've collectively probably seen Ferris Bueller more, because as many times have I seen it, it was always like in passing, like if you're channel surfing and you find it, then I'll stop and watch it, So
all right, you got just a minute. You guys got just another minute to vote. There's 21 votes. Get your votes in. Votes in.
So, here we go. And I lost my train of thought again. Oh, well. Whatevs. Oh, my 6. Well, what did she say now? Biggest lie I ever told in a restaurant was telling the waitress it was my niece's birthday, so they'd sing to her. It was scandalous at the time for this angel. Somehow, I am not surprised. I had a crush on Mia Sarah. No, I didn't.
Everybody did.
I didn't. I guess I'm just a weirdo. Shut up. No, I didn't. I didn't. I honestly didn't.
Okay, we're taking the poll down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going away. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right. Chad has decided. And the voting is 54% for Ferris Bueller, 45% for Tropic Thunder.
Wow. Not going to lie, that was actually closer than what I thought it would be. Boo hiss, Bueller.
Bueller.
You can't win them all. Yep.
Bueller. So it's my turn, isn't it? This sucks.
Yep.
I hate to be
Who you got?
As far as like funny movie goes, Tropic Thunder is funnier than Ferris Bueller's Day Off. But Ferris Bueller's Day Off is more iconic. It definitely had more of an effect on me when I was growing up than Tropic Thunder had on me as an adult. However, if we lose Tropic Thunder, we lose Tom Cruise dressed up like a 225-pound Jewish man with large hairy arms, hairy back, and a bald head. I don't know if I can let that go. I really don't. I don't know if I can let go of the idea of Tom Cruise as a 225-pound hairy Jewish bald guy, and I don't know if I can let go of Robert Downey Jr. Playing a black sergeant in Vietnam. I don't know if I can let that go. I just don't know. I've got to do Tropic Thunder. I just have to.
Wow.
I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Wow.
I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris Bueller definitely had more of a effect from watching it when I was growing up. Bueller is iconic. He absolutely is. I just can't let go of. I can't say goodbye to Robert Downey Jr. in blackface, and I can't say goodbye to Tom Cruise dressed up the way he is as Les Grossman and what he did. So we are robbed. Yeah, we should have got a standalone Les Grossman movie. Absolutely, but we didn't. So.
Wow. So I guess
You
the
can,
tiebreaker goes to
you
me.
can go fuck your fucking pay. Yes, that is one of the most awesome. Yes, I know I'm wrong. I knew I'd catch heat for that as soon as I started leaning that way. Loki went full retard. Never go full retard. All right,
full retard and demonetized.
Demonetized.
Right, and for once,
Zero.
it's not my fault. Blame Canada. Suck it, bitch.
You've got to decide.
Okay.
Are we? It's all on you. All the weight is on your shoulders.
Well, you know what? This is the sad thing, because I'm a little bit disappointed because there is no weight on my shoulders whatsoever. This one, for me personally, was never in question. I got to vote Ferris Bueller. For me, it just it stood out more. It had more of an impact, and it's one of those ones that just kind of sticks with you. You know, maybe you can credit that to it being one of John Hughes's movies that always stick with you no matter what. But yeah, I got to vote Ferris Bueller. So we're breaking the tie, and Tropic Thunder is gone.
6 says 0. I love you.
All right. Love you too. Thank you. I was hoping to God nobody was going to bring that up. You know what, Kronos? Suck my fucking balls.
Hey.
What?
Guys,
nope,
we're getting out of here. Thank you for being here. We ran late. Go watch Machini. Machini's up next. Zero's Redemption apparently this morning. We had to make it interesting. We just had to. Mm-hmm. So we're getting out of here, guys. Take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. Go check out Machini Draws. He's in the morning block. He's up next. Have a great Monday, everybody, and we'll catch you later. Peace. Teabag.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.